Okay, do that again.
Can't do it again.
Oh, come on. He needs a little bit of this. He needs the wettest whistle.
That's not Petite Sirah.
No, I know it's not, and that's what it's not that I wrote the wrong thing in the description. He just gave me a little surprise.
They make white Pinot Noir.
I didn't. See, we're already starting with education.
Well, I'll have to bring you a bottle of that one of these days. I've got some. It's very strange.
What color is it?
It's white. It's just like this.
This is a Pinot Noir?
No, this is not.
No, I know, but this is the color of a Pinot?
Yep.
Who makes that?
They make it in Oregon, a lot of it.
Okay, we're just starting, by the way. All right, let's start over.
Okay.
We are no. I love this. So Wet Your Whistle Wednesdays. If you're brand new to this, we do this with Chuck every other Wednesday, and then sometimes I have a cast of characters that could be Mama Jackie, it could be Jim, it could be Michelle, it could be you.
Put
by the way,
Mama Jackie to work today. Right?
I just posted it on Instagram. I did not do that.
She's on her knees. I couldn't believe it.
Okay, I can tell this is going to be a fun one today. He turned around and he went, "Look at your mom. She's on the ground. She's my roadie. She was taping up so that none of your people trip."
Well, we appreciate it. It's Wednesday and we're open tonight. And,
until what, 8?
Yeah, we're serving dinner tonight. It'll be the first good Wednesday we've had with the weather. It's just been marvelous out here this week.
I said that this morning on the show. I was like, look, it is stunning weather to come out and enjoy a beautiful afternoon at Defiance Ridge Vineyards. So we are going to talk about a Pinot Noir, but what is this? Because you just surprised me with this.
This is Chardonnay, our new winemaker from Sonoma. They sent out what they have in barrel for me right now to see how it's going, how we like it. And it'll probably bottle in about 3 months, but it's going to be very, very nice. It's unfiltered, so it's a little cloudy, but it's really got it's been in barrel just a little bit, so you get a little barrel taste in it, but it's going to be very nice.
It's been in barrel how long?
I think only 2 months.
Oh,
neutral oak.
And you said for a few more months, and then it'll be good to go?
Yeah, I would say probably I wanted to oak it up a little bit, but this is going to be a really big Chardonnay by the time they're finished with it.
Okay, and so when this is available, we always like to talk about pairings. What would you pair with this?
Oh, I just normally like a really nice Chardonnay. I would just stick with most fish, chicken, and buttery fish, lobster, pasta. And even some dark milk chocolate would probably go with this better than a dark chocolate.
Milk chocolate.
Yeah.
Which
and that we'll talk about our chocolate wine dinner too.
I've got it ready for you. I'm so glad you just said that. So I've been looking on your website, waiting for this particular one. We had a really awesome Wet Your Whistle Wednesday a handful of weeks ago, and we talked with Terry Wakefield, and I've been saying, all right, when is this going to be? Mom's shaking her head because she remembered that she wanted to come to this.
It's mid-April, and tickets are online for sale. We're selling some tickets already, and it should be an incredible night. Terry, you kind of said it.
Yes.
He is one of the best educators in what he does that I've ever met.
And he's fun, and his wife is fun.
And they're just a great couple to work with. I've worked with them for probably this is the 7th or 8th event that I've worked with them over the past. A lot of fun.
Okay, so that's April 15th. Tickets are already on sale. Tax day. So if you have not purchased your tickets for that yet, do so, because that looks like that's going to be an amazing one and probably coming up with some exciting things. Hi, Kathleen. What are you toasting today? We are going to talk about a Pinot Noir in just a second, but let's taste this.
Petite Sirah.
Petite Sirah. Petite Sirah. I thought so. See? Let's start the show over. You almost feel like we've been drinking, but we have not yet. We have not. And we would like for you, by the way, somebody said, when you do your show, can I come out and join you? There was a woman that was walking in. She's like, she said, are you getting ready to paint? Because she saw the box I was bringing in. I'm like, no, we're getting ready to broadcast. She's like, broadcast what? I'm like, getting ready to do our show from here. Yeah, so now you can join us, because in the past, we would do this and then you would wrap up right after that.
Yeah.
Not now.
Wednesday's open. Hopefully they go well for us. We think they will.
Wednesday and Thursday till 8.
Thursdays till 8. Yep.
So come on out here. There's actually a good crowd out here enjoying the beautiful weather and having some good wine and having some good food. So Petite Sirah in just a second. I've got a bunch of things that I have set aside to talk about with this in just a second. But let's do the cloudy Chardonnay right now. And it's still in barrel.
Cloudy. It'll be filtered before they bottle it.
Yeah. And then it'll be clear.
It'll be beautiful, and it will be crisp and toasty. And Cass makes some great wines. VP of Operations is a friend of mine that I've known for about 4 years now. In fact, he's going to be in town on May the 14th on a Wednesday night, and we're going to do a farmhouse dinner with him and his wines.
You want to tell them a little bit more about what area that's in?
They're in Dry Creek, Sonoma based. Their wines are from vineyards in Sonoma, Russian River, Dry Creek, and they have a lot of wines. They have probably 12 different wines that they sell online. I'm very interested to see what we come up with that night.
Yeah.
Joe will suggest what he wants to bring, and we'll be able to sell wines that night, and we'll come up with a great menu.
Yeah. So when did you start your partnership with Cast?
Well, I've been working with Joe Falapio for 4 years, and Joe left his previous job and went to Cast just a few months ago, and he just bottled the Petite Sirah, Zinfandel, and a Bordeaux blend that we just got in, and then we have Pinot and Chardonnay and Viognier it's on the list to be bottled.
I gotta say, I don't mind this right now.
It's nice. It's really nice. I want to make it a little bigger. I think the crowd out here likes a little bigger Chardonnay than more Burgundy. This is a little bit.
It's a little softer.
It's nearly there,
yeah.
But it's going to be nice. It's going to be really nice.
Again, Chuck Gillentine, owner of Defiance Ridge Vineyards. If you haven't been out here, go to their website, defianceridgevineyards.com. Go to the calendar of events because there's some really cool things coming up. I'm going to show you some of those in just a bit. But yeah, I'll be very interested to see. I'll be interested to see what happens with that. So hi, Sean. Hi, Renee. Cheers to you as well. Ron, hello to you. Renee says, I love Moscato Sangria. Can they have a Moscato Sangria if they come here to Defiance Ridge?
We have Moscato. And we can make a sangria. We make sangrias every week.
Yeah. So Renee, why don't you join us on a future show? And I also just saw Lynn making, it looked like either an old fashioned or a Manhattan. So I do want to let you know that if you're not, I know, that's what I thought. If you're not a wine drinker, but you would like to have a spirit, or you want to have a beer, or you want to have a mocktail, it's not always about wine. And we've done some different shows about that as well. But yeah, I looked over and I was like, oh, interesting. And I love this, that you drop in Judgment Tree vodka, and so you're supporting others in the area.
Yeah, they're good friends, have been for a long time, and we also buy brandy from them when we make port. So we've been doing this for 6-7 years. Great group of guys to work with, very Absolutely. Good friends, and like Scotty and love the winemaker Sugar Creekies. They just do a nice job.
Yes.
And they've just they just enlarged and did some things. And
we did our big Christmas show out there, and I saw they did a big Valentine. They're good people.
Chris is a fantastic winemaker.
Yes.
Really just way up there. So.
And the thing that you got to love is the way that small business supports small business. We say it all the time. So that's the thing. Yes, people might look at it going, oh, that's competition. No, if you're doing well, you're going to have them do well, and you just bring more and more people to the community.
Well, obviously they're doing a good job down at Sugar Creek. I'm very proud of them, and they work hard and they make good wines.
As do you.
Well, we do too, and but it's good to see it in this area.
I was just getting ready to say, don't trip. All right, if you're just tuning in, again, live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Rumble, multiple platforms for you to drop in a comment to us. We are drinking a little Petite Sirah, and as we go through this, before we toast to it, let's break it down. So it's very deep in color.
Petite is very dark.
Mm-hmm.
It's was made primarily as a blender in France, founded in the 1800s. It's now totally grown in California, and the acreage is way up there. I know Camus is doing a lot with Petite Sirah, mm-hmm. A lot from the Susan area, and it's still a blending wine. Also, I mean, they make it on its own, but it's a great blender for big reds, makes reds larger, bigger, and a lot of Petite Sirah that's been blended with Zinfandel.
Yes, and you're looking at the region, primarily the United States, but also Australia and some other regions that are also coming on board with the Petite Sirah. But tell them about the grape itself.
Well, it's a very hot weather grape, and the berries are a little smaller, more intense. It's a cross, but it's got Syrah heritage in it. Mm-hmm. And the other grape was a total blending grape out of France, and that was mainly down south in the Rhone area. So I don't know if that is still grown there or not, but it makes an incredibly huge wine. It's big tannins, and what I like about this is more maybe like if you like fruit wines driven like Camus makes. You're going to like this because it's ready to drink, and it's very nice. It's big blackberry, spicy nose, and just wonderful flavors. So,
You wouldn't introduce a person who had never had a red to this right away, would you?
Maybe,
Maybe?
because I think it's
not too big for them?
Well, I think this winery makes it to where they could drink it now, or someone that's new. I think the first thing they're going to taste is fruit and a little sweetness, just a touch of sweetness, and that's not like a big Bordeaux blend or Bordeaux wine. It's made.
That just smacks you in the face.
It does smack you in your face.
I tell you what, I still need someone to introduce me to a Bordeaux that doesn't do that to me, because I've not been a huge French wine drinker because it always tastes like dirt to me.
Well, that's the terroir that's what they do, especially with Burgundy.
Yeah.
Bordeaux.
I like this.
It's big. It's meaty, and it's ready for a fatty steak.
Well, I was just going to say, as far as what we're talking about pairing with it, because this is the whole aspect of pairing the right foods with it. This is actually a chicken mole. And some of the research I did today said chicken mole would be really good. Also, you gave me a rundown of some cheeses. So this particular one would be an aged Gouda.
Aged Gouda for sure. That would be fantastic with this.
And I saw something that said pizza.
Yeah, these big wines like this can work with the right pizza that's got the right herbs in it, and it works really well with those barbecue ribs.
Yeah,
I can promise you that.
So if you had to pick one food item, would it be barbecue?
I would do the ribs.
The ribs?
I mean, those look so good that
you're like, bring them back on the screen. I want to eat them right off the screen.
Man, I like that. Those look great.
Chuck made those for us.
Yeah, that makes me want to change my dinner tonight, but that won't happen. We're doing salmon tonight. So.
Oh no! And salmon actually could possibly be.
Yes, it could. It's something really rich,
but not in a dill sauce.
No. I think just something that's nice, seasoned a little butter on it, and something that will just kind of work. A big, heavy red salmon, would probably work with this. Maybe I'll try it tonight.
Yeah. So I love all of you that are signing on, and maybe you're brand new to this segment. Yes, we were on this morning. On Wednesdays, we give you two. You get a morning show, and then you get the fun afternoon 4:00 Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. We're with Chuck, the owner of Defiance Ridge Vineyards, and feel free to drop anything you want. Jenny just said hi, Chuck. Tony, hello to you. Paul Meyer said, I love that place. Beautiful day for a winery.
It is. Gorgeous day. Hopefully Saturday would be kind of like that. We got the big parade this week.
Yes, you do.
Yes, we do.
St. Patrick's weekend, everybody gets crazy. So if you want to come out, you're looking for something to do. Not just that, but we talked earlier, if you just tuned in, this wonderful chocolate and wine dinner featuring chocolatier Terry Wakefield. We've been mentioning it over the last couple of Wet Your Whistle Wednesdays. It is now on the site. How many people are you going to be able to have on that?
We'll probably top it at 110 to 120.
Okay.
I would suggest, if you want some education about chocolate, and if you're a chocolate lover, you want to come to this.
He's the chief chocolatier.
He's one of the few true chocolate food scientists in the world.
Yeah, he's amazing. And what's his wife's name? Kathy. Kathy and Terry Wakefield. So I already told you that we want to buy tickets. So you. Yep. Put some aside, but I'm going to see if other friends and family want to come with us so we can get a big group to come out if you've never been to one of their farmhouse dinners. And you know what? I realize we still have a giveaway to a farmhouse dinner that we didn't give away when we were down at Circle 6 because no one knew that trivia question at the time.
Really?
Yes. And so we looked in our folder and I went, we never gave that one away. So we'll hang on to that.
Okay.
All right. As we get a little closer, maybe we'll invite them out to that.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great.
By the way, if you are looking for other things besides great music, I saw this on the website today. Go to Defiance Ridge Vineyards website. What is this? Pound and pour.
You should know this.
I do, but I want you to tell them.
All I know, it has to do with a lot of exercising and then drinking some wine. I think it's
pound and pour.
It looks like they have some stick in their hand and they're just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Trevor was trying to tell me about it, and I'm going, I think I'm too old for this one.
No. I want you to introduce yourself to it. Hi, Diane. Diane says, hello, Chuck and Monica. Jana, cheers to you as well. So you and I don't know how many years it's been. I had a yoga event out here. You remember that?
Yes.
So we did yoga in the gazebo, and I still have all the girls that used to train with me say, "Oh my God, you need to do that again." So you and I need to talk about that.
That's fine.
We
Love
need to do a workout, and then we did a really awesome lunch afterwards. I think it was 3 courses.
Yeah, we do those on Sunday mornings. So
Yoga?
We not all the time, but we do them.
Okay, so if you want to do a workout
So
and
tell me
wine,
about this.
the pound? It's a different type of workout, but they use that, and that allows you to work with resistance of that movement. It just takes you into a different direction. So it's for some people, they're always looking for what's the next cool thing. What's the next cool thing?
Well, what's it work on?
Core.
Okay.
Well, a lot of things depending on how their movements are. But
I can see Norm's on a diet.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's lost some weight.
Where is he? Get him over here.
But anyway,
is he going to do the pound and pour?
I'll see if I can talk to him about it.
He's going to do more of the pour.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
He still likes the pour.
So how much weight has he lost?
He's working up towards 15.
Oh, I'm proud of him. He's like literally, remember the show Cheers? He is their Norm.
Yeah.
So he's here all the time, ready to have my mom just said, oh, yeah, I know Norm. Everybody knows Norm. Okay, so good music. And trivia is always very big here as well. You've got some trivia nights that are coming up. I don't know if these are already sold out.
Let me know. They are.
Lord of the
Rings is sold out. I think the one after that is sold out. The second Taylor
How quick
Swift
do they
thing,
sell out?
Fairly fast. Last week was a tough weekend for us because Downtown Abbey didn't do too well.
Oh, really?
And, it just wasn't.
That's because you called it downtown and it's Downton.
Well, maybe shows you how much I know about it.
I haven't seen you in a few weeks. I got to tease you.
We're working on it. Byron does all the.
He does the trivia calling?
Yeah, he does. He's amazing at it.
All right, so the Lord of the Rings, you can't go to that one. It's sold out. Do you have a wait list in case somebody drops out?
I think we have a call list of a couple people that we do let know if normally that doesn't happen though.
Hey, did you hear that? They just popped another bottle. That's the sound we love. King Benny is going to be performing here.
Yep,
and then we talked
Saturday
about the Sunday bubble brunches. How are those going?
Those are going well. I think people are getting into our new brunch items, and I know they're pretty darn good. If you're up for that, they're plated great and they taste marvelous, and we sell them all day. So
who doesn't love brunch?
We had 400 people here last Sunday.
Oh my! Are you serious?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. He knows my husband very well. I told him because we work so crazy hard that we need the balance of life. And I said, how about this? How about Sundays become our thing? Even though he's like, yeah, whatever. We're going to start at Monica and then you're just going to keep working. I said, no, I promise you. Somebody just taught me this 2 weeks ago. Yep. That I need this to be on a curfew and that I shut this down. And I said, how about I shut it down on Sundays and you and I go to church and then we go to brunch. And it's our thing.
Yeah.
And he loves the idea. So that's what we're going to do.
You
so
should
we
live by that.
Come to the bubble brunch.
Come to it.
Yes.
It's nice.
Are you here? Are you?
Most of the time.
You are. I was going to say you need some time off.
Try to come off. I mean, we do other things on some Sundays. Like last Sunday, we were here in the afternoon. We walked the Katy Trail at Dutch Isle down to Lake Creek and back, and then we came here and. You two
are so active, and I love that.
We try to be. I mean, it's good for me, and it's really good for her, noting that, she's getting close to the end of this deal. And
let's say this
because cancer free.
Okay,
so that's good.
Let's just say, because some of you don't know what he's talking about. His wife Michelle, and I looked back at some emails between you and I must have hung on to some of them when you first told me that she had cancer, and it just shook me to the core of what. All right, I'm going to be here for my friend. We've got this, and sent her flowers immediately.
Yes, she did.
And then I've been always asking, how's she doing? And then she's going through her treatments. And I saw her post last week, right?
Yeah, she loved posting that. And
yes.
She got a huge amount of response. I
want to say
deserved. Over 150 responses, and I think it was close to 400 likes.
I love it.
Which is pretty cool.
But she still has some treatments, right?
She has one more treatment.
In a couple weeks.
Where they do everything.
Okay.
And then she has 2 treatments after that where it's scaled down. Mm-hmm. She's trying to get out of those, but doc says no. She wants
Michelle, do what you need to do. The doc says.
Yeah. She's it was interesting seeing the scan beforehand and the one we saw last week. I think there was a reason why they didn't show her that scan. It was scary, all over the place. You know,
See, she's a warrior.
It wasn't in the organs though, which is fantastic.
Yes.
But it was spread out pretty much. And now you look, there's nothing there. So
Cancer free is what you always want to hear. So Michelle, I'm so excited.
Bell.
Exactly. Ring that bell. Make sure that there's the bell. Make sure that she posts that, because we all will cheer that on. Jana, thank you. She just said, so excited for Michelle, praying so much for her. Give her hugs for me.
Thank you.
Jana said, my workout is reps with my wine glass. Who is trying to get in touch with me? Leave me alone.
What's the same number?
I don't know. I don't even know the number. It's not even in my phone. It's somebody scamming me. All right, let's go back to this. Petite Sirah. Okay, so we told you a little bit about it, as well as what you can pair with it, and even introducing yourself if you've never had it. The question I have for people who've had Syrah, they want to know what's the difference between Syrah and Petite Sirah.
I think that the difference is the grape that blends with Syrah is such a blending grape. It just changes the flavor profile a little bit. Syrahs can be really fruity, and they can't. I think not as tannic as this. This has got some big tannins.
It does, and that's my only thing. That if we're trying to introduce somebody who has always wanted to say, okay, let me transition from a white to a red, I personally don't think I'd give them this.
Have them drink this with a piece of that Gouda,
or
aged Gouda.
They can't, but okay, maybe I need to say that. I wouldn't give it to them without any food. You agree with that?
And it's got to go with food.
Yes.
No, there's no doubt. I don't think I can drink this
by itself.
Well, maybe 2 years from now I could, but right now it needs food.
Yeah,
it does. But it's but you get the hardcore red wine drinker, which we have a lot of out here.
That's me.
That come out and this is what they want to
drink.
With
no food?
They want to drink a big tannic wine.
Okay, then maybe I'm not hardcore.
Well, I know a lot of them, and a lot of them tell me all the time, when are you going to bring back this or that? And my answer is, it's great for you and the people that like that, but it doesn't move.
Right.
It's got to move to sell it.
Absolutely.
And so, I try to work it in the middle and have a very fruit-driven wine so people will drink it now.
Yeah.
And because, we try to move these things yearly.
Again, any questions you have, by the way, of a Petite Sirah, if you have never had one, let us know. I came up with a bunch of questions for you besides the Syrah, Petite Sirah one. So we talked a little bit about the food. The grape itself goes back a long, long time, right?
Yeah, 1800s, early 1800s.
Wow.
And it this gentleman with the last name of
Durf. So yeah, they're saying while most Petite Sirah grows in California, it's also rising in popularity in Australia and South Africa, where it is sometimes referred to as Durf.
That's what's called. That was the man who developed the grape in France originally. If you go to Camus, they sell their Petite Sirahs called Grand Durf. So they're always.
So it's named after a guy.
Yes, that's his last name.
But they say that it maintains its American name in South American wine growing countries like Chile, Mexico, and Brazil. So it stays with this name.
I think that it's up to what they want to do. And like, as I said, Camus calling it Grand Durf.
Yeah.
And even though it's on the label, I don't think it says Petite Sirah
at all.
I think it just says Grand Durf, because that is called a Petite Sirah.
Interesting. So you would really have to market and educate someone, because otherwise they would go, well, I don't even know what the heck that is.
Well, it's a grape, that's kind of taken a seat back, even though there's 15,000 acres of it grown in California.
Okay.
And I would think that most of that is probably a blending grape for blends.
Yep.
And but you can make it on its own, and it makes a big wine.
Okay, I showed the picture of this earlier. I'm going to bring it back up as far as the grapes itself and how they grow and how they look. So they're more so tiny clusters of grapes, right?
They're smaller clusters than your Syrah grape, and I think that's because of clone. And that also is why you have a small, intense grape that creates incredible flavors and tannins, and because you get tannins from the whole grape, from the seeds, the skin. So that's usually what a smaller dark grape will do. Now, if going back to Pinot Noir, it's a totally different ball game, because it's more of a temperature area grape. It's smaller than a Cabernet, but it's just it's totally, the skins are very thin,
Right.
not thick like this.
And then you had mentioned this, that maybe in a couple of years, he said he would drink it with maybe without any food. And the reason for that is it has more that has to do. But if you're not going to have another 2 years, one of the things I saw was the decanting aspect. It said with its high tannins, it's a perfect red wine to put in a decanter and let it evolve for 2 to 4 hours.
2 to 4 hours, no kidding. This wine needs it.
And that is a question we've had in the past that people have said, I don't know. How do I know what I need to decant?
If I would pull out one of our decanters right now and pour that, you would tell the difference immediately.
Oh,
yes.
Do you want a bottle of this, Mom? Because we're staying for dinner.
Probably should have done that.
No, I actually like it, but I like my red wine. I'm going to do this again because he's going to want me to see it. We're talking about food. So a little chicken mole,
beautiful.
Maybe some aged Gouda. We're going to tell you some other cheeses, maybe some pizza, or here's his favorite.
Oh, those ribs look fantastic.
He's changing what he's eating tonight just because of that picture.
No, they look great.
But let me tell you, if you're going to get a bottle of Petite Sirah, that's not the only thing. Roasted pork, barbecue beef, beef burgers, chicken and mole sauce, which is that picture I showed you. Okay, we talked about aged Gouda, but also melted Swiss cheese.
Yeah, I think that would be fantastic with this.
Okay, what about fresh mozzarella, or how do you pronounce that cheese?
Camembert.
I've never known how to say it. I like that cheese though.
It's it's a stronger cheese.
So we need a bigger cheese with this.
That's the list said cheeses to serve with Petite Sirah that came up.
You don't agree with that one?
I don't know. I'd have to try it. I've never tried it.
Do you have that here?
I do not. I have some at home though.
Okay, we're coming to Chuck's house tonight.
I do have it. In fact,
the herbs and spices: black pepper, allspice, cloves, sage, rosemary, cinnamon, chili pepper, lavender, cocoa, and juniper. This is a wine
that loves spices. I mean,
that's why I like it.
It's got a lot of black pepper on the nose.
You and I like it because we're spicy people.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I know
okay, I am.
But I don't know about it. I love spice.
How about my vegetarians that are out there? I gave this note to you. Sauteed mushrooms. I'm thinking like a big portobello. What do you think? With some good, but it's got to be with the right spice.
Yeah, portobello would be good.
Eggplant?
I don't know. I'm not that big of an eggplant guy, so I don't know. Maybe a eggplant parmesan, maybe it'd work with it.
Black bean. Caramelized onion, stuffed peppers. I love stuffed peppers, and currants in a savory dish.
I could certainly see stuffed peppers. For sure. What else you got there?
Well, those are the main ones from the food side. From meat, cheese, herbs, spices, vegetables. Those were the breakdowns to kind of help with you. So these smoky fruit flavors, Petite Sirah will pair nicely with bold exotic spices and herbs. Just avoid making the dish too sweet. You agree with that?
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I certainly agree with that.
So all of my foodie people,
you certainly want to stay away with sweet foods. This would not be good with that.
And then we talked about the history. Serving a slightly cooler temperature, I thought this was interesting. Also, will deliver more floral and mineral aromas, along with Petite Sirah's characteristic bold fruit. So what would your temperature be? I did. I know. I thought he would be impressed.
Red wines are supposed to be served chilled.
I know, but at what?
Probably 55.
So this one says 65.
You could serve it at 55 and let it warm up.
I agree. What do you think this is at? Because I would like this a little colder.
It's probably 65 to 70.
Yeah, so I think I agree with him. I would go probably 55, 60.
Yeah, this needs to be a little cooler, but
this is an aha moment for a lot of people. For people who are first introduced to red wine, they might say, "Oh, I always see it sitting out," or like a Chianti sitting on a table. Is it always warm? No, I don't like it.
That's why your wines should be stored in a cellar, and why they should be stored between 55 and 60 degrees, or 52 and 60 degrees. Red wines are made to warm up a bit.
It's interesting, right? So if you are first being educated on this, it really blows people's minds sometimes because they always put a white.
Too hot, the first thing you taste is the alcohol.
Yes,
and it just totally screws it up.
So. I agree, and I bet you that's how I was introduced, and that's why I never liked reds. Then I fell in love. Yeah. Let's see, value. Looking for a good value. California's Central Valley, like the Lodi AVA, offers some of the best values from $10 to $18.
Oh, Lodi for sure. I mean, you can go to Lodi and get great Zins, Cabs, probably Petite Sirah, also Chardonnays. There's some great wineries there, but I'm sure they're a little bit more than it used to be. But they have so many vineyards, and they're enormous, 700-800 acres of grapes. Amazing what they do, and just drives the price down. But I'm sure they're still doing well on the profit end of what they do. But they make great wines. Whether red wines that are going to be fruity right off the bat.
And I like that value because a lot of you
Zins are just known for Lodi in that area. That very fruity Zinfandel.
Again, introduce yourself to a red Zin, not a white Zinfandel. We're talking about a red Zin. But it's so fun to look back over the last probably 30 years of all the different things I was introduced to when I wasn't a red wine fan. And it's all in how someone educates you and teaches you. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, now as I told you before, my brother said, come to the dark side. Because I always drank whites in the past. Yes, he was right.
Yes, he was.
Again, Petite Sirah, not just a more petite version of Syrah or Shiraz.
Syrah.
So they're saying
Shiraz
is the Australian
is
aspect,
Australian
right?
aspect of Syrah.
Okay, so it's a distinct grape variety. Petite Sirah is the offspring of Syrah. And then what's this? Pelorsan?
It's the French wine they blend with it. Well, they when they first cloned it and started a new grapevine.
But I love this. It said if you've never heard of it, like I had not, they said it's understandable because it's nearly extinct.
It is. As I was saying earlier, I don't think it's if grown any in France, they're still grown in some in the Rhone area.
Just a few places, French Alps area, maybe.
French Alps.
That's where they're saying it might be found.
I thought it was Rhone.
Oh.
Well, I thought something like this would be a big red, but maybe so. I mean, there's some big reds grown in that area.
Well, at the same time, it doesn't mean that these people I got this from were right.
No, they're probably right. This is a not an obscure grape, but it's a different grape.
It is my favorite, and it's so funny because I have a lot of people that say, "Wait, Petite Sirah? I've never even heard of it." And I was like, "See, that's it. You've got to introduce yourself to different wines." Again. As Chuck was mentioning earlier.
There's some great buys at local wine stores for Petite Sirah.
So introduce yourself. Blackberry, black cherry, sandalwood, black pepper, spice as well. Is it cacao or cacao? Cacao.
Sorry.
Cacao.
That's what Terry always taught me.
Cacao. Pairing again, Chuck says with barbecue ribs, grilled meat, lamb, brisket, smoked sausage, pizza, rich salmon, blue vein cheese, aged Gouda, and melted Swiss.
Blue vein would be great.
Yep. So if you had to pick just one cheese, what would you say?
I would go with the Gouda.
The Gouda.
The aged Gouda is what I would think would be great.
I love some Gouda.
This. I mean,
how about smoked Gouda? Is that too much?
No, I would not do the smoked Gouda.
What would happen if I did smoked?
I don't think you'd like it at all. The aged Gouda is like having a great aged Parmesan with this.
Okay.
But I think the Gouda would be better. I would... a blue vein, I would think would be good, but there's so many wines that go with blue vein that I think would be better. Okay. Other wines, but this would be good.
He's just a wealth of knowledge for us.
Yeah.
So Renee said, stuffed peppers, yum, yum, yum. Yes, try that out. And here's what I think is funny. See all of this? Don't even pay attention to it because it's a scammer. So my brother told me, that means you've made it. That means you are so big that people want to scam your page.
That's amazing.
Don't even look at it. Anybody else? I do want to say this. If anybody ever drops a link into the comments that is not from my team, never click on it because they're just trying to scam you. See, here they go again. I'll get them off of there, by the way.
Oh, my.
All right. Petite Sirah is what we showed you today. Come out here if you want to, and you're watching this right now and going, hey, I'm going to be spontaneous. They're open tonight until 8 o'clock. And then tell me, how is your trip going as far as sales for France?
I think we're still where we were. The hardest thing right now is getting the flights.
Yes.
The flights went up like crazy about a month or 5 or 6 weeks ago, and they haven't come down yet. So, they like doubled.
Seriously?
We'll see what happens, but I have not booked my flight yet.
Oh, you haven't yet? Okay.
Not.
So if you haven't heard, we talked about this a few weeks ago, that they are going to Paris. They're doing this whole France river cruise with Defiance Ridge Vineyards, the Seine.
Yep.
Did they clean that up after the Olympics?
I would hope so.
October 18th.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure.
Maybe don't swim in it.
Yeah. No, well, we don't do that.
So we'll
drink in it, but drink on
Don't drink it. Don't put it in your mouth.
Oh.
Saturday, October 18th through Saturday,
Can you
October
imagine
25th.
that river that flows through Paris for all these hundreds of years?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's some stories to be told by that water. So check it out. Scroll down on their calendar of events again on Defiance Ridge, their page, defianceridge.com, and their calendar of events. Jenny said, I got them. You got what? What did you get? Oh, wait, what did we just say that she got? Jenny, tell us, what did you get? Are you going to France with them? I want to. Mama Jackie and I are talking about doing a mother-daughter trip away that we have to do. So, okay, as we wrap it up, and I'm going to feed Mama Jackie for being my roadie here today. And
she needs to be.
Taping up the cables. What final thing would you want to tell everybody that's never been out here to bring them out to Defiance Ridge?
Look, I think it's just coming out and enjoying your day and not being heavily burdened by people, and just having a good time. And if you got a puppy dog, bring them along with you, you know.
Oh, I love that you said that. Yes. Oh, Jenny just said she got the scammers. Okay. Thank you, Jenny.
It's just a fun, laid back place. And the days like today and yesterday are are incredible this time of year to enjoy it. And
so for this weekend, what is it that you're doing for the St. Patrick's festivities?
I'm driving my Polaris in the parade, and
you are,
and that's it. Then we're coming back here. Michelle's got some buddies. They want to go down to the parade. That's more fun than driving your Polaris in the parade.
It's going to be a little cooler. It's not going to be 80. It's going to be, I think, in the upper 60s, right?
Yeah, but they've taken the wind kind of out towards. They said heavy winds, but now I think that's going to be Friday night. Now I don't know what the chances of storms are that night.
That's Friday.
Yeah.
Right. So Thursday into Friday, we'll be looking at that. So it is a possibility of. It could be anywhere from severe thunderstorms to tornadic conditions. Watch our aspiring meteorologist. He is the most accurate in town. He is on with us every Monday and Friday, and everybody says that they now get their weather from back in. It's What the Weather. What the Weather.
I need to watch that. I love watching people that really know what they're talking
about. Oh, he's 15 years old, Chuck.
That's crazy.
He's amazing. His parents, Marty and Jill, shout out to you. We love you. They take him wherever he wants to go. He chases the storms. He was standing on like 20-foot high snowbanks reporting for us. He chased the snow about a year ago from Chicago, where it kind of petered out, and he ended up continuing to go into Michigan. He was just, for our snow that we had here, he actually went into Hannibal. I mean, he's amazing. Wow. He's truly amazing. So he is right now in school, a freshman at DeSmet.
Oh my.
And he's amazing. And he's been on with us for a year now. Every Monday and Friday in a segment called What the Weather.
Well, then we'll have to watch that.
Watch it on Friday.
No. We'll.
So he will tell you exactly what's going to happen later in that day. But come Saturday, Jim and I came out for the Christmas parade, and it was gorgeous weather.
It was.
So I think we're going to bring you some good luck. I think we might come out for this weekend's also.
Come on out.
Yes. All of you come out and support them always.
Well, we do appreciate that more than you think. And, businesses, we're getting closer to building this new building.
Yes.
And hopefully in the next month we'll have the drawings finalized. And it's going to be pretty cool.
You're going to show me those renderings first and give me breaking news, right?
I sure will.
Not the TV stations, this show right here.
TV station won't say it.
Yeah, forget that. No. All right, Chuck, I love you. Cheers.
Okay, cheers. Thank you, baby.
Give my love to Michelle. Michelle, I'm so glad. Cancer-free. Yep, I hope so.
She was kayaking.
By the way, so we had an incredible dinner over at Chuck's house. So now we got to do it at our house. You're going to come to our house, right?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Cheers to each and every one of you as well. We love you and thank you. We'll be back together. Chuck won't be with us, but your event manager is going to join me, right?
Yeah.
And who's that?
Hannah's going to be with us.
Is she here? Somewhere.
She was here. I think she's still here.
Okay.
But anyway, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
No, she's looking forward
to it. So Hannah will be on with me on the 26th. So look forward to that. All right, everybody, whatever it is that you're toasting, have a wonderful one. Yes, Renee, cheers to you. Gorgeous view out there. It is so very peaceful. If you've never been before, put it on your list for a future winery outing. Defiance Ridge Vineyards.
Thank you.
Love you all. Bye-bye.